Good morning. It is July 3rd, and we are in full BME Big Moon Energy. We had a full moon exactly at 4:39 a.m. this morning. So expect her to be big and bright and beautiful this evening, wherever you are watching her in the world. Yeah, moon cycles are a fun thing to kind of lean into for their rhythm and dependency. If you are interested in kind of rediscovering ancestral practices and really kind of digging into those as a way to kind of center yourself and guide yourself, the moon is there for you anytime you need her, except for new moon when she's hiding in darkness. But there is a opportunity in that darkness as well to plant seeds. So what's up this week? We are all off tomorrow. July 4th is a national holiday celebrating revolutionaries with an asterisk because we know we weren't all included in those freedoms that folks were fighting for back then in 1776. So, enjoy all the barbecue that you can, and remember that we're still actively working to manifest our collective liberation together. So, anywho, that means most of our meetings here internally at Swell happen on Tuesdays, so that folks can have Monday to kind of get into the week and get organized and get caught up if they need to and all that sort of thing. So most of our meetings happen on Tuesday also because most holidays happen on a Monday. So we found ourselves having to reschedule those Monday meetings all the time. Now they're on Tuesdays and we're having to reschedule today. So today, this Monday, is going to be super packed over here at Swell, which is great. Launch us into the week with a lot of positive community care and energy. And, it's going to be a whole lot of go, go, go for day off tomorrow. Last week's card was the celebrity. The ancestors were inviting us to shine our lights, bring our gifts into the world, not be ashamed to let those freak flags fly, and the world needing that from us last week. That was the message. And we had some really good conversations about the creative pursuits we want to bring into the world over here at Swell, like what sort of content we want to provide our communities. And each one of our crew members here is a celebrity in their own right. So it's going to be so fun to watch kind of, what gets produced in this next quarter. We're also starting a new quarter, right? Quarter 3 takes us July, August, September. A lot of financial management and kind of, business operations falls into quarters. And so it is a helpful kind of period of time to define goals and objectives and things like that. So today is sort of a great alignment. It's a Monday, it's a full moon, it's the beginning of a new quarter. If you are starting something new, this is a good time to kind of really commit it to some sort of plan, to paper or a digital project management software to help it manifest, right? You need to get the ideas out of your head and into a plan. And sometimes even doing that can feel overwhelming. But just, start with a brain dump. If that's all you've got is ideas swimming around in your head, get them all out of you in a vision board or a list or something. And then, you know, little by little, you will find, you know, the next task that needs to be accomplished will sort of reveal itself in doing that. If you need any help with that, I geek out on that big time. So, you know, hit me up, get some time, and we can talk you through it and you know, have some fun helping you manifest your wonderful plans and shine your light into the world. So let's see what ancestors have to say for us this week. What are they calling us to bring forth? This one again, honorable warrior. I take a stand for positive change. A lot of folks in our communities work in kind of movement organizing spaces. They're change agents in social enterprise, or, you know, work in the front lines of education and healthcare and public service. And I think there has been a lot of upheaval on the legislative and judicial fronts that have folks feeling grief, have folks feeling being attacked, and feeling like long fought protections are being eroded. And those feelings are real, right? Like the grief of that and the frustration of that. And our values here at Swell, and, you know, the folks that we roll with, really call to us to imagine kind of our positive sum future together, right? Where we've evolved past this zero-sum war for our rights, and rather are working collectively to imagine a world and to manifest a world where we can all thrive together. It doesn't have to be an either or. My thriving doesn't need to, you know, take away from your thriving. The energy of the universe is abundant. I was just riffing on this the other day about using this kind of real simple metaphor for what we mean when we talk about a positive sum future. If I put solar panels on my house, right? My collection of solar energy is not taken away from my neighbors. There's not this zero-sum equation whereby I take more sun energy, they lose sun energy, right? That energy is abundant. I can collect it, they can collect it, we can all thrive. If we think about energy in that way, and our collective liberation in that way, imagine the possibilities, right? Where my guarantee of freedom and liberation and, you know, respect doesn't mean less for you. And I think that's what happens oftentimes when we find ourselves pitted into these binary, you know, legislative debates and judicial debates, legal arguments, right? It's really an all or nothing, zero sum kind of equation that's being fought for, when really all that does is reinforce kind of the fear in the minds of folks who feel like, you know, rights being guaranteed for someone else somehow means it's chipping away at their own. You know, an acceptance of my identity means a rejection of theirs, or, you know, it just really locks us into that way of thinking that's not helpful for any of us, because, you know, our dignity, right, the acceptance and an innate value of every human being that walks on this earth and is born on this earth shines like the light of the sun. Yeah, abundant energy, no less for anyone else if I let my light shine. So when I think about this honorable warrior taking a stand for positive change, it really helps me or causes me to challenge myself and what I think about it when I embrace this energy, because I remember very much being a fierce warrior. You know, when I was in college and just out of college, and fight, and loud, and, you know, demands of being seen and all that sort of thing. And I think over time, as I've learned that, you know, that getting locked in that wasn't good for my own well-being, and further, I didn't know that that was really in alignment with the kind of values that I ultimately wanted us to manifest in the world. So we take a stand for positive change, right? We're brave and courageous. This means also bravery is kind of revealing your vulnerabilities, beginning to learn how to do that in spaces where, you know, we can, and kind of practice that, I think, is sort of the next step in our collective evolution, understanding that, you know, for a species who kind of colonize its way to apex predator status, our next evolution is learning how to be brave by being vulnerable and showing our weaknesses and admitting them, letting each other in to be seen and cared for. So anyhow, that's it. July 3rd, big riff, honorable warrior. This is the energy that the ancestors are calling us to bring forth this week. And enjoy your week. We'll see you on the other side.